The new high school is being built next to Carpenter Hill Elementary, which is on a high road close to Highway 21. Also, under construction is an elementary school on Old San Antonio Road in Buda. Adding the schools is necessary because of the tremendous population growth in Hays County.
The high school, we've needed a high school for a long time because our two existing high schools are approaching 2,800 students, which is way more than they're built for.
Construction of a replacement elementary school in Hays County will start early next year.
We are growing, and so we need more room. We're actually still growing between 500 and 700 students a year, so that's actually about the size of an elementary school. So if you think about it, we're growing as a school district about the size of a brand new elementary every year.
The Hays CISD recently launched a nominating process to name the new schools. Nominations will be accepted for 2 weeks, but only residents of the district may participate.
Schools are estimated to be completed by fall 2019. For Bobcat Update, I'm Albino Hernandez.
4 artists were chosen to present their skill models for public discussion. San Marcos residents will have a chance to vote on the sculptures by filling out a form on which they critique the sculpture's movement and color.
Anything that involves the public and the expenditure of public funds deserves public input. And when you're talking about public art, these are things that we're going to be living with in our community for years to come.
The sculpture designs have several purposes: to enhance the beauty of San Marcos, promote tourism, and to highlight the endangered species living in the San Marcos River.
Myself, as a very dyslexic person, I found that storytelling and whimsical things was a good way to log information into a very right brain. And so I sort of see kids as the future, and if there is a concern for endangered species, that's where the solution is going to lie.
The final Texas Genetic Blind Salamander sculpture will be placed in the City Sculpture Garden located next to the San Marcos River. For Bobcat Update, I'm Albino Hernandez.
Retired agent Byron Sage served as lead negotiator during a 51-day siege that ended in April 1993.
As a negotiator, you need to be able to compartmentalize your emotions. It was a very intense time.
David Koresh was the leader of the Branch Davidians. In late February of 1993, more than 70 federal agents attempted to raid the Davidian complex where they believed illegal weapons were being stored. 4 agents were killed and more than a dozen were injured.
But we did everything that we possibly could to try to bring this to a peaceful conclusion and for the Davidians to be able to take their grievances into a court of law.
On April 19th, the siege ended after Koresh and his followers set fire to the compound, resulting in the deaths of 76 people, including many children. Sage says the Branch Davidian case was the most difficult of his career. Sage was a guest lecturer last week at Texas State, sponsored by the School of Criminal Justice. For Bobcat Update, I'm Jasmine Torres.
Texas State this week had 2 noted experts on Mexican food talk about the history and presence of Mexican food in the U.S. Authors Gustavo Arellano and Stephen Alvarez spoke at Alkek Teaching Theater Monday night. They have worked together before to call attention to the impact Mexican immigrants have had on the American South. They are promoting a new book they wrote together called The Rhetoric of Tacos. They say Mexican food and culture are growing in influence in the United States as the Hispanic population increases.